Pemirsa, berkat perkembangan teknologi saat ini hadirlah super apps yang menjadi unggulan oleh banyak korporasi di berbagai sektor. Lalu apa tips membangun super apps yang dapat maksimal? Untuk menjawabnya telah hadir bersama kami General Manager International Business Digital Technologies dari ANT Group, Derek Oy. Hello sir, nice to meet you and thank you so much for your time.
Most welcome.
Okay, sir. The first question, how important having super app for a company on this moment?
I would say that at this moment, a super app is important only if you are in an industry where you have an enabler that serves to connect between different entities within that in the ecosystem of the industry. And by doing so, if you have that enabler, you are able to now accelerate and connect between all the different entities so as to promote a higher volume of the transaction. Only then would a super app make sense to that company. So what I'm trying to say is that a super app is not for everybody. Take for example, right? If you are a company that provides cleaning services for offices, that's what you do very well, right? It's very purpose fit, it's very functional. That's when you actually do not need a super app. You just need an app that allows your users to use your app to book an appointment for you to come and clean the offices, your office, right? So you do not need a super app. But on the other hand, if you are a bank, right, and you have that financial enabler, you have the financial data, right, and now you wish to be able to use that financial enabler to connect between your banking customers with merchants who are trying to sell their capabilities, their services and their products to these consumers, and even to bring in the suppliers. They will provide some of the raw materials, some of the goods to these merchants. That is when a super app makes sense, because the bank, by doing so, will bring together this ecosystem into a one-stop shop platform that's safe, that's secure, that is riding on the financial enabler that this bank has. And this therefore allows for all the connectivity to be accelerated, to be short-circuited, so that you are now promoting more transactions on this banking platform.
So it's very depends on what company have and what company goals.
That's right. Okay. So it depends on the industry. It depends on whether you have a digital enabler that serves to connect the ecosystem together. And that's when you need a super app. By doing so, you are able to bring together the ecosystem onto a more efficient platform that will really drive a growth in the transactions, right, on this platform.
Okay, and the second, can you share a little tips to a company who wants to have a super app?
Absolutely. So, as the name super app suggests, right, it is an app that is for every user, but that also means that based on the profile of the person that's signing in, the app must show a personalized interface so that when you log in, you don't see the same interface and the same services portfolio that I do, because you are different, right? You probably like to travel more, right? And therefore they should, based on the profile of your user sign on, be able to recommend within the super app traveling options, right? Or traveling, maybe even travel insurance. Whereas for me, I might have some other preferences, right? So one, a super app, the tips of building a super app is that it must leverage on the data and be able to provide personalized services upon login. Secondly, with great power come great responsibility, right? A super app is a one app for everybody, so you have all the data. This is where you have to really invest to make sure that the app is secure and make sure that the database upon which the app is residing on has data backup. You have to back up all the data of the user traffic, the transactions, the user identities that is using your app, so that at any one time, not only are the data secure, but in case there's a real outage, you can actually recover the backup and be able to continue to provide services. Right? So that's the second tip. But last but not least, keep the user interface and the user experience simple.
And
Why?
easy to use.
Correct. And simple is a word that's easy to say, but it's very hard to implement. Why do I say that? Because a super app is the same app that I will log in, you will log in, but my grandmother will log in too. So the reality is that what is simple to her is different from what is simple to you and what is simple to me. So again, based on the user profile that's logging in, based on the data of the user traffic and the user's behavior, you must be able to then present an interface that is simple for that person that's logging in. So if it's my grandmother, based on the age, you might want to increase the font size.
Yes, too easy to see.
Exactly. So these are the 3 tips, all right, which I think is super crucial, all right, if you want to be successful with your super app.
And that is very good tips. Thank you so much, Derek, for sharing with us. Nice to meet you again.
Most welcome. Pleasure to be here.
Okay. Dari Tech and Telco Summit CNBC Indonesia, Mira Rahmalia, Arie Budi, CNBC Indonesia.